Hey everybody, good morning, good day, good evening, whenever you are watching this. If you are watching this, I hope that you're able to add just a little extra positivity and good throughout your day. Welcome to Tao of Tay. I'm Tay, and this is my channel where I share daily meditations and personal stories to help add a little bit of peace and harmony back into my life, and maybe there's something that resonates with you and something that you can take away to ponder and think about throughout the rest of your day. So jumping right into the Daily Stoic on January 7th. And remember, you don't have to you don't have to watch this on that day. Any of these meditations can be used on any day. But January 7th, 7 clear functions of the mind. So we have Epictetus from Discourses 4:11-6:7. The quote is, "The proper work of the mind is the exercise of choice, refusal, yearning, repulsion, preparation, purpose, and assent. What then can you populate and clog the mind's proper functioning? Nothing but its own corrupt decisions." So let's break down each one of those tasks. You have choice, to do and think right. Refusal of temptation. Yearning, to be better. Repulsion of negativity, of bad influences, of what isn't true. Preparation for what lies ahead or whatever may happen. Purpose, our guiding principle and highest priority. Assent, to be free of deception about what's inside and outside our control, and be ready to accept the latter. This is what the mind is here to do. We must make sure that it does, and see everything else as pollution or corruption. So of course, we've talked about choice on, through these meditations so far. Obviously, to do and think the right thing. You never want to, because remember, we have control and choice. Control is things that we cannot control, the outside of our control. But our choices, that is what we do have the power and control over. And so with that, we should be making the correct choices, which are the right choices, instead of having ill intent to do the wrong or think the wrong. And refusal of temptation, that's said throughout any religions or any beliefs and ideologies of, refuse temptation. But I like to think about that nowadays, because we are kind of living in a different modern world where, we're not really walking around like monks, where we're doing celibacy or whatever. So living in this more modern world, I feel like our refusal of temptations could kind of be everything in moderation. But you can have good temptations, and then there's sometimes the wrong temptations. Yearning, always. I always yearn to be better, and I feel like that's what the growth of life is all about, is trying to always be the best version of yourself that you can be. And I know that kind of sounds cliche. That's kind of like a cliche phrase that's used a lot in the new age self-help kind of thing, but it is very true. Why wouldn't you want to be your best version of yourself? I know that I do. I just try to strive for that every day, and some days I don't make the mark, but I try on most days to really be the best version of myself, so that way I can be of service to others, which is being service to myself. And I can feel like I'm doing some good into the world, because let's face it, we know that our world really, really needs it right now. I mean, it's always needed, but especially right now with all of this major chaos going on, we all need to make sure that we're trying to do the best that we can, of course with what we have, but always striving and yearning to be that better version. Repulsion of negativity, of bad influences or bad influencers. Watch out for those ones on here. And of what isn't true. So that could kind of be when you're seeing some conspiracy theories floating around the interwebs. Make sure that you can have that what is it? The repulsion of what isn't true. Preparation, you know, it's always good to prepare. I don't think that living in fear is how you need to be, but being prepared for like, okay, what's gonna come next? What's the next step that I need to take? Our purpose, or our purpose, or in Sanskrit that would be like our dharma, our life's purpose, as our guiding principle and highest priority. I'm still trying to figure out what my purpose is. I feel like a part of it is to, I mean, I've lived through a lot. I've experienced a lot, and I know that we all have, but at least in my own personal life experiences, I've lived a lot of experiences, good and bad, but a lot in like the first chunk of my lifespan, which, you know, you kind of want it to be more like sprinkled out throughout your life, but I feel like I got everything within the first like 20 years of my life, and then it's getting a little easier day by day, but I feel like if I can share my stories and my experiences, hopefully that can either resonate with somebody and they can feel like they're not alone, or they can feel like they're not like an outcast, because I feel like that happens a lot. We feel like, oh, this probably has only happened to me, and then there's shame and guilt behind that, and I just want to let you know that you're not alone. Or maybe if somebody doesn't have to go through those experiences and they can kind of just learn from mine, and, you know, I can take that burden off of your shoulders for you. And I want to help heal people. I want to, not necessarily heal people, but again, it's like doing that service. It's trying to better the world, better myself. And if I can share that with others, maybe that has a positive spark in their life. An ascent, to be free of deception about what's inside and outside of our control, and be ready to accept the latter, which is what's outside of our control. And then they say that that's really all you have to do to make sure that, that your mind is propering, or and that they say that that's what you need to do to have a proper functioning mind. So I'm going to work with that. We have choice, refusal, yearning, repulsion, preparation, purpose, and ascend. And when it comes to the repulsion of negativity, I feel like, you know, we can try to block out and distance ourselves from negativity, but let's be honest, this is life. It's the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. And I think that, of course, you need to find gratitude in the little things, because then those little things become big things overall. And having gratitude helps us see the beauty in the world and appreciate the present moment and appreciate what we have. Because a lot of times we can feel like we're coming from a place of lack, or a place of negativity. But I think that it is important to not just constantly live in that, like, no bad vibes here, only positive, and like, I get that on that surface layer area, but I'm a big believer in, when you're having a shit day, allow yourself to have the shit day. Tell yourself, like, yeah, this is really shitty, this is where I'm at, but then try not to dwell in it, because that's what I've done for so long, is when I have my shit day, and then that shit day leads into the next shit day, and then it's a shit week and a shit month and a shit year, because all I'm focusing on is the negativity. But you're going to have bad days. It's inevitable. This is life. And if you're not, then what's your secret? Because I would like to know. But yeah, when you're having the shit day, allow yourself to have it. But when you're having good days, that's when I feel like that's when you really need to have the gratitude and accept and acknowledge, like, you know what, I'm having a great day today. Or maybe it's at least like, I feel good today, and I'm grateful for that. Because it's a lot easier to focus on the negativity than the positivity. So just, you know, seeing where you're at in the moment, accepting where you are in the moment, instead of trying to control and push and repress and all of that. Allow it to happen, but then, like, keep your eyes on the horizon. Keep that goal in mind, just like we talked about the other day. You know, see that goal, see that intention that you want for yourself, and keep your focus on that. And appreciate what you have in the moment and be grateful for what you have in the moment. Yeah, so you know, this was an interesting one. I don't really feel like I have a lot more else to say on it. So if that resonated with you, or if you feel like you got something from it, that's awesome. If you feel like you didn't, that's okay, because there's gonna be some days where something doesn't resonate with us. Or maybe we're just kind of like, okay, like I take it for what it is, and then we just move on to the next. So thank you so much for sharing your time and your energy with me today. And again, I hope that you're able to see the gratitude into the little things today. And maybe let's turn this around. Maybe find 1 or 3 things that you're grateful for. Write it down on a post-it note, write it down in your journal, or at least before you go to bed tonight, or whenever you're going to bed. You know, just kind of ruminate over, not ruminate, but you know, just kind of go over those 3 things that you're grateful for. Again, thank you so much for watching with me today, and I will see you in the next one.